All right, so I'm headed to my local comic book store and I got $25. So let's see what I can get today. All right, so that probably wasn't the most exciting video in the world, but I just wanted to bring you with me to my comic book store because sometimes I go a little while without going, and so hopefully I can find some new stuff that I like or some keys or anything like that. But I didn't necessarily find anything of too high a value. The last time I went, actually, and I should have recorded this, but I actually found this book, and it's probably one of my prized possessions right now. I found at this comic book store for $5 Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 99, which is the first cover appearance. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. The first cover appearance of the Spot. And this book really is increasing exponentially in value, especially with the new Into the Spider-Verse movie coming out, because it is revealed that the Spot, which is a Spider-Man villain, is going to be a side villain or maybe a major villain in this movie. And so this comic, as well as his first appearance, which I think is issue number 98, I could be wrong, it's increasing in value, which is really awesome, but I don't intend to sell that book because I really like it. And I think it's important to us to just have books in our life that, that are precious to us. I don't know if that's the right word, but and I don't always expect to go to comic book stores like this to find keys, but sometimes it's really exciting when you can find a deal or a steal. And so, yeah, but I only ended up getting 3 comics at this comic book store that I went to. And it was a little disappointing just because all these books that I got weren't in like the top shelves. I had to like dig through these drawers for them. And all 3 of them are not in very good condition. And there's not a price tag on any of them. And one of them isn't even in a bag and is really, really dirty, but they pretty much just said $4 each. And so it was a total of $12, which honestly I thought was a little bit high, depending on just how they're not in great condition. So that's always just a little disappointing when there's not, a price tag on books, but I'm still very satisfied with what I got. So let me show you. I showed you this in the video. This is Iron Man Annual number 7. And I think it shows Iron Man battling Goliath. As it says right there on the bottom, a Goliath Berserk. And it says guest starring Hawkeye and Wonder Man of the Avengers. So just kind of a cool book. I've been wanting to collect more of the 80s, mid 80s, late 80s Iron Man books. And this is from 1984. So really, really cool book. I like it a lot. This is probably my favorite book that I picked up, and this is the one that's actually in the worst condition. It's Action Comics number 594, and it shows Booster Gold over a defeated Superman. I love Booster Gold. I think he's an incredibly underrated character, even though he's not the greatest of guys in the world, in the comic world, but I really like him. I think he's a really cool and interesting character, and I think this is a really cool cover. None of these books really hold any value, but I just like them. And the third book I got, and this one is definitely in the best condition of the 3, is Detective Comics 642, which shows the ventriloquist holding his dummy Scarface with a dummy of the Batman. I just think it's a really cool, and I also think the ventriloquist and Scarface are 2 really, really cool and underrated Batman villains. And I really fell in love with this character from the animated Batman series. And so I'm really, really glad I found that book. Like in the video I showed there's a lot of different Batman comics that I was looking through. They have a really good selection of like late 80s, mid 80s Batman comics. But I found this one. This one's from 1992, but I think it's a great, great cover. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I know this isn't, again, the most exciting video in the world, but I just think it's important for all of us who go hunt comics to just don't always have in mind that I'm going to get keys. And, I said I had $25 and I was going to spend it, but I only ended up spending 12 just because I didn't spend anything. I didn't want to spend that money on something I didn't necessarily want. And so it's okay to walk away at times, even when you find a comic that you really want, but it's a little out of your price range. But I'm really satisfied with what I got at the store, and hopefully I can keep documenting and filming some of my comic book hunting journeys, I guess. But thanks so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me, and I'll catch you on future videos. Thanks.